Hi, I'm Russ, and this is Jason. We're from Everest, and this is Buzzine. The band formed over a conversation about all the things we loved, about what turned us on about music, and Everest sort of started out as an orphan band because everyone in the band were sidemen in other bands, in various bands in the LA scene. And we had known each other and come up with each other through the years in different bands, touring with each other. And so Jason and I put together this idea of like, why don't we just call all of our orphan buddies who aren't working right now that would be the dream team to do a band with and just see how it goes. And now we're sitting here a few years later having accomplished our goals.
The epiphany was sort of when Rob was mixing the record and the overdubs were happening kind of almost at the same time and just prior was when I was like, oh wow, this sounds like a real record. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh wow, oh yeah, okay, this is gonna happen. Mm-hmm. You know, because there was a time when I was like, I thought we knew what we were doing, and we don't. Kind of. One day you don't know what you're doing. The next
we
day
never
you do,
know what we're doing. We
Yeah.
just sort of play like we do.
Yeah.
And that Making on Approach was definitely a prime example of that, because we'd put in a couple weeks of pre-production, and all of us had come in with material and songs, and we got into the studio, and you know, after a few days, personalities, egos, everything starts coming out. And you get a little bit of a rough edge around your good time that you're thinking you're going to have. And then you have to figure out what to do with that. In the end, we were forced to finish this thing as a unit. And I think it helped us. We learned things about each other. We raised the bar really high, and that almost destroyed the band, like on the second album.
I bet you that, I really do think that happens to every single band that tries to do a record.
Sure.
There's no way that people are going to go into a room and all be like, right? Yeah. Oh, okay, awesome, let's do it. Like this? Yeah, great. There's no way.
Well, I would love that if that could happen. But you know what, that pivotal moment for this record was definitely when we put on the test pressing.
Yeah.
We got a vinyl test pressing back, and we put it on, and we had some friends over. Rob Schnapp was one of them who mixed the record, and a couple of the guys from My Morning Jacket. And we sat down, and we had a glass of wine, and we listened to the record, and flipped it over and listened to the B-side, and that was, for me, that was the moment when I was like, we did something cool. This sounds good to me. It sounds like a painting. Mm. You know, it's complete, it's weird, it's unique, this is good.